Hello, SC Whitmore U.S. History students. I'm Mr. Cannon, and I'm so glad to have you in my class this semester. U.S. History is my favorite subject of all the subjects I teach. I like all of them, but I love U.S. History. I love teaching U.S. History, and it's something I've been teaching for over 20 years now, in various forms. Um, my favorite founding father, my favorite figure in all of U.S. history, to be honest with you, is John Adams. You can see a picture of him there on the left. He's one of the people we're going to be learning about this year. We'll be learning a lot of events and places and people. John Adams is my favorite for a number of reasons. I hope that you dig deeper as we learn about him and understand more about why he's such an important founding father. But two things he did that were so important. Number one, he, more than anyone else, helped to argue for passing the Declaration of Independence that ultimately is going to pass in the Continental Congress and is going to help us found the country. It was Jefferson's words in the Declaration, but it was Adams' argument that he was able to get that passed in the Continental Congress. And then later on, he became president of the United States. He was the second president after George Washington, and he lost the presidency for a number of reasons, some of which were valid, but one of the big reasons he lost the presidency is because he did what he thought was right, keeping us out of a war, and he became stuck in the middle of two extremes in American politics. And as a result of that, he lost the election. In other words, he did what he thought was right, and it cost him power. We don't see that very much anymore, but when we do see that, I think it's worthwhile to point it out. You can see there in the other picture is our Constitution. That's the document that governs our country. And the Constitution is once the founders write the Constitution, it's going to be the document that we pay so much attention to the rest of our history. It's going to dictate a lot of things that happen. It's also going to change over time. Even things like women getting the right to vote. That happened through our Constitution, but didn't happen until much later in our history through an amendment, the 19th Amendment. So those are things we're going to be learning about. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be great. I want to talk to you a little bit about important things you need to know about me and then about this course. So just a little bit about myself. Again, my name's Mr. Cannon. You can see my family there. You may have learned about them early in the course, but or you will learn about them early in the course. But I wanted to talk a little bit more about that. You can see my wife Lindsay there and our three sons. Jackson Lee is 15, Hudson is 12, and Graham, our youngest, is 9. We enjoy doing all kinds of things together. We love sports. I'm a big sports guy. I love golf. So we play golf. They don't play as much as I would like them to, but love golf. We love our Gamecocks, so we watch a lot of sports on TV, especially football and basketball, and we pull for our Gamecocks. Doesn't always turn out our way, and many times it doesn't, but we're still good Gamecocks. I graduated from Carolina in 2001, so we love the Gamecocks. We enjoy traveling. You can see our trip there to Atlanta. That's the World of Coke Museum. That day we were there, there was a water problem, so we didn't get to try all the different kinds of Coke, which was a bummer. But that's a little bit about myself. And I want to talk a little bit about the course and some things you need to know to be successful in the course. All right, one of the most important things to be successful is to be organized. You can see I have a picture there of a young lady working at a very organized desk. Now, my desk, if you were to see a picture of it right now, it doesn't look like that, but it is organized because there is an organization to it. As long as you are organized, it doesn't have to be look exactly like that, but you need to be organized and have a set time to do things every day. If you are, if you don't have a plan, in other words, if you don't have an organization, then it's going to be much more likely you're going to fall behind because you don't have that routine going. You don't have that organization going. So what I would suggest is have a set time every day that you're going to work on different courses. So for my course in U.S. history, have a set time. It may be 10 to 11 in the morning, or it may be some of you like to work late at night. It might be 10 to 11 at night. Whatever it is, have that set time so that you know this is the time I've set aside to work in U.S. history. Now, it may be that you have other things going on in the day, so it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be the same each day. But if you set a time, you're like, okay, My work schedule on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday looks like this. So I'm going to work these times on U.S. history on those days. Then Tuesday, Thursday, it looks a little different. So I'm going to work these times in U.S. history. But whatever it is, just make sure you make yourself a schedule, keep yourself organized, and work consistently every day. If you work every day consistently for at least an hour in the course each day, you will be fine. It's going to go well for you. If you don't, that's where you can fall behind. And once you fall behind, it becomes difficult to catch up. Now, you can catch up, but that's where you have to work more than an hour every day to catch up. Another very important thing is using Google Docs. So in US history, we have a number of projects throughout the course. When you turn in project, if it's not a lot of you will turn in maybe a video on a project, and that'll be fine. Or you'll turn in a PowerPoint or a Google Slides. That's fine as well. If you're turning in something that's written in a document, do not just type it into the submit box and submit it. Do not type it in another kind of document like Word and submit it. I need you to type all of your work that's not in a PowerPoint or Google Slides or video. I need you to type all your work in Google Docs. This is important for a number of reasons, but one of the reasons, I'm just going to be honest with you, is so I can track AI issues. Google Docs, what happens is if you turn in work and our system flags it as AI, having been copied by AI. Oh, by the way, side note, AI is a good tool. It's a great tool. Everybody in the next 10 years will be using AI in some form or fashion. But when we use it to just copy our work and not do any work ourselves, that's plagiarism and that doesn't work. So it is a tool, but you can't just use it to turn in work. You're like, I'm just going to type this into AI and then put this in as my work. That's not appropriate. What Google Docs does is it lets me to have another check to try to help you out, to be honest with you. Because if our internal system flags something as AI, what I'm going to do is I'm immediately going to run it through another system. I have two. If that flags it as AI, then in general, that I just have to say this came back as AI, this has been plagiarized, you have to redo the work or take a zero. With Google Docs, I can actually go back and see your history and see how you have worked over time. So if I see that you actually have typed in two or three sentences, or you have typed a paragraph and then come back and typed another paragraph, that allows me to see, to have another check on that, to see, well, maybe this person didn't just copy and paste from AI. If it's not typed in Google Docs, I'm going to send it back and ask you to redo it in Google Docs. So please do all of your work, written work, for the projects in Google Docs. Now, a lot of the work you're going to do is going to be internal in our system, and it's not going to have anything, it's not going to be something you turn in a link to. It's just going to be something you type or cut and paste or whatever it is in our system. The projects are what I'm talking about. Each unit has a project, and those projects, unless you're doing a video or you're doing a PowerPoint or Google Slides, I need you to turn it in Google Docs. If you have any questions about that, please reach out to me. I'm very excited about the year. I know it's going to be a great year. I'm looking forward to working with you. So please reach out to me. Please make appointments to meet with me if you're confused about something. And I'm here to help you. It's going to be great.